This is Wild Chronicles. In the sheltered waters of Canada's Pacific Northwest, there are two types of killer whales. The permanent residents, who primarily eat fish, and transients, who eat mammals on the move. John Ford has studied both of these groups for 25 years.
It seems that these differences between resident and transient killer whales is not a thing that's genetically hardwired into these animals. We believe that an animal, a young killer whale born into a group, learns the ways of that group.
And those ways are passed from generation to generation. The transient population can spend 90% of the time searching for prey, traveling up to 100 miles a day. In California's Monterey Bay, the transient whales appear every year like clockwork in search of seal pups. But this year, something is wrong.
Keep looking down here.
Marine biologist Nancy Black has been looking for the transients for 3 weeks, but they haven't appeared on schedule.
I saw something splash right here.
Thought you saw something there?
At last, whales have arrived, but they're acting strangely.
Once we got out there, I didn't recognize them as animals I had seen here before. Then they started being real social and breaching and spy hopping near the boat, and that's things we've never seen before with transient killer whales.
Further observations confirm her suspicions. This is not the pod of transient whales she had been expecting. It's a group of fish-eating resident whales that have mysteriously moved south. Even more disturbing, this population of residents is rapidly shrinking.
Targeted. Not only the mortality rate is high, but also the reproduction is much lower than it used to be. Something's wrong.
Finally, the transient whales that Nancy has been waiting for appear in Monterey Bay. Concerned, Nancy wants to determine their health by testing their blubber. The dart gun is a difficult but effective way to collect samples. The scientists say the health of the killer whale population is vital.
Wherever they're found, killer whales are at the top of the marine food web, and so it's incredibly important to understand how they relate to all the other components of the ecosystem, because they are dependent on everything from small schooling fish right up through the marine mammals.
When I got the results back from the killer whale samples, I was really surprised.
The transient killer whales of Monterey Bay have alarming levels of toxic PCBs.
I knew they were going to have PCBs in them, but I never imagined that they would be this high. And the scientists told me that the killer whales off our coast are some of the most toxic of all the marine mammals.
The vast ocean home of the orcas is full of bountiful food, and microscopic dangers. This toxic buildup may explain why the whale numbers and reproductive rates are falling so quickly. The search for answers will continue in an effort to protect some of the most beautiful and efficient killers in the ocean.